2016 Ducati XDiavel's first ride review. The XDiavel is a perfect example of the Ducati design approach. First, the designers decided what constitutes a cruiser as seen through its research of the American market. Next, the designers processed the information through the filter of Ducati styling, technology and performance to settle on what the key features would be. In the case of the XDiavel, the cruiser traits are relaxed, low-speed riding, the call of travel, and a feet-forward riding position. On the Ducati half of the DNA, signature Italian style crafted with the latest engineering and delivering a hefty dose of performance. This folding together of the somewhat contradictory design goals is what puts the X in XDiavel, the heart of a champion. While the engine is always important in a motorcycle, in cruisers it is the crown jewel, the centerpiece of the bike's design while simultaneously being the heart of its functionality. The Ducati Testastrada DVT 1262 takes this to the extreme in a most positive way, with the Multistrada 1200 engine as its starting point. Ducati's engineers massaged and reshaped the L-twin to a form more appropriate for Ducati-style cruiser duty. The 1262cc displacement comes courtesy of a longer stroke, yielding bore and stroke dimensions of 106.0 mm by 71.5 mm. Spy shots. Ducati Diavel gets a makeover. Compression was bumped from 12.51 on the MTS to a healthy 13:1 on the XDiavel. While the Bosch electronic injection system utilizes the same 56 mm elliptical throttle bodies, the ride-by-wire (RBW) has, not surprisingly, been completely reworked. Ducati being Ducati, the engine also has a host of electronic goodies to provide the rider with a variety of power delivery options. The three riding modes are Sport, Touring, and Urban, each of which also features distinct Ducati traction control (DTC) and ABS settings. Taming the Beast, the new electronic feature that has been the topic of much discussion amongst the most staff, is the Ducati Power Launch (DPL). This special launch mode is so cool that it gets its own button safely tucked away behind the front brake reservoir. Pressing the DPL button directs the rider to a screen with three choices. The first gives the least intervention in the form of DTC and wheelie control, while the third gives the most. Once the level of protection is selected, a screen tells the rider to place the transmission in first and crank the throttle WFO. Once you're underway, the electronics take over to save your butt until you either reach 74.6 miles per hour, 120 kilometers per hour, or you shift to third gear. Also, it disengages if your speed drops to 3.1 miles per hour, 5 kilometers per hour. Other than stating that the DPL would only allow 3 launches before a prescribed cool-down period was enforced, the press briefing covered nothing else about this mode. A Ducati by any other name. Although we've hinted at the XDiavel's styling, we haven't yet turned our full focus on it. The primary design criteria were to embody the cruiser elements of a long, low stance and the almost omnipresent teardrop-shaped tank, then couple those with a feet-forward riding position. While the original Diavel had a sport bike-like bulbous top tank, the XDiavel displays a vestigial hump on its cruiser-styled teardrop. However, the abbreviated seat and pillion share more resemblance to a monster seat than that of any cruiser. The best way to approach the XD's relationship to cruiser aesthetics is to look at the broad strokes. The bike's lines largely taper down towards the back. The engine is displayed in a frame designed to show its beauty and muscularity. The LED headlight is a minimalist unit that flows into the fork, crossbreeding Ducati's vision of the American cruiser with the essential elements of Ducati has produced a bike that, in many ways, thwarts description. The XDiavel has a stunningly beautiful engine that looks much cleaner with the cooling plumbing tucked away from sight. Any other manufacturer would most likely have steady grouped the personality out of the XD. However, Ducati, By pursuing the company goal of building the kind of bikes that it as an entity wants to create, has produced an exciting bike that is 1 part cruiser to 2 parts performance machine. Will the cruiser market accept the XDiavel? Only time will tell. The XDiavel and the XDiavel S will be available early March 2016 for a MSRP of $19,995 and $22,995, respectively.